Web3 TV.
Bitcoin has just overtaken Amazon to become the 5th most valuable asset in the world.
And Wall Street is taking the $7.1 trillion money market fund industry onto the blockchain.
What does this all mean for you? We're here to break it down.
I'm Lisa Amnegard.
I'm Adele Burton, and you're watching Crypto TV.
The world's largest custody bank, BNY Mellon, is teaming up with Goldman Sachs to bring money market funds onto the blockchain. The two financial giants say clients will soon be able to buy and sell shares of money market funds as digital tokens directly through BNY's Liquidity Direct platform, with a digital record of these transactions on Goldman's blockchain platform. The move is yet another milestone in how traditional finance is heading more towards blockchain technology. Now, money market funds, currently valued at $7.1 trillion, have long been seen as cash-like investments, typically allowing investors to redeem shares within 1 to 2 days. However, redemptions have been limited to market hours. By tokenizing these assets, Wall Street giants believe they will enable faster settlement times and round-the-clock trading, as well as improved liquidity management. The timing is also strategic. Just days ago, President Donald Trump signed a new law regulating U.S. stablecoins. But unlike stablecoins, tokenized money market funds pay owners a yield, making them attractive for hedge funds, pensions, and corporations to park their cash. BNY's global head of liquidity financing and collateral said the bank is, quote, proud to be at the forefront of this first-of-its-kind initiative. Goldman's global head of digital assets said the technology could enable the bank to unlock the token's utility as a form of collateral and open up more seamless transferability in the future. The initiative also includes participation from big names on Wall Street, including BlackRock and Fidelity.
And with Bitcoin's market cap now exceeding $1.57 trillion, Bitcoin is trailing only behind giants like Apple, Microsoft, Saudi Aramco, and Google's parent company, Alphabet. This historic moment is more than just a milestone. It's a clear sign that investors are waking up to Bitcoin's long-term potential as a store of value. Even major institutions are quietly including Bitcoin as a hedge against global uncertainty. But here's the plot twist. All these eyes are now on the U.S. Federal Reserve, which is set to announce its interest rate decision this Wednesday, July 30th. Some analysts expect the Fed to hold rates steady, while others anticipate a signal for rate cuts later this year. Why does this matter? If the Fed decides to cut rates and thus make borrowing cheaper, this could inject fresh liquidity into the economy. This is because the cheaper it is to borrow cash, the more risk appetite to boost risky assets like crypto, meaning Bitcoin could soar even higher. On the other hand, if the Fed keeps rates high or signals more hikes ahead to fight inflation, it could drain liquidity and scare off investors. Higher rates make cash and bonds more attractive than riskier bets like crypto. Now, given this press conference coming up, I wondered what your take is. Are you excited? Are you fearful? What are your opinions about it?
Honestly, I think we could just see business as usual. There was an article in Reuters, and most economists are in consensus that the Fed will keep the rates at around 4.25 to 4.5%. So I think what we really should be looking at is the upcoming trade tariffs and whether countries around the world will finalize a deal with the U.S. before the August 1st deadline.
Agreed. I think right now the rates are steady, and we don't know what the rates are going to change into, but if they do happen to be cut, I'd be very excited for Bitcoin's soaring of the price.
But I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the tokenization of money market funds. Now, BlackRock said previously that they hope to see all financial products tokenized. So if that happens, what kind of assets are you most excited about when it comes to tokenization of financial products?
It's a great question. I think as we see the more fractionalization of assets being tokenized, one asset that could be more, I think, interesting is the fractionalization of private credit funds, because private credit funds is something I could create my own, and I could lend it out, I could rent it out, I could sell it without any middlemen. And this would obviously make my life a lot easier, cutting out the middlemen, while still making money. That's something I'm excited about.
Yeah, I definitely think that would sort of spearhead just the general market in itself.
Right. But not just that. I mean, think about what other possibilities this could open up to in terms of tokenizing handbags, tokenizing shoes, tokenizing things that you own that you're not using and you would like to rent it out without having a middleman in the middle. These are some things that could open up new possibilities for money.
Well, I also don't agree with you when it comes to that, because tokenizing something should solve a real world problem. So I don't know what tokenizing your shoes would solve. And I think the question that many people should be asking is, should something be tokenized or should it just be left as it is?
Well said.
But I think if we do look at Wall Street, some of the best assets, they want to be everywhere. And the next stage of that is putting it onto the blockchain.
And I think the more the normalization of putting things on the blockchain, the greater the possibilities of understanding what blockchain is from an educational standpoint. And thereby people won't be fearing, oh, what is blockchain? What is crypto? And it becomes a normalized process of including blockchain to make things more efficient. That's hopefully the goal of what I would be most hopeful about.
Definitely. And I do think we'll see a lot of momentum happening going forward, especially because the Genius Act is now signed into law, which is regulates stablecoins and tokenized assets. So I really do think we'll see more products heading onto the blockchain.
That's a fair point, but well, only time will tell.
And that's all that we had for you today. My name is Lisa Amnegard.
I'm Adele Burton, and you're watching Crypto TV.
Web3 TV.